Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So today we're going to be talking about what are some of the costs that are actually associated with being a model. So, is it expensive to actually be a model? Is it? Well, when I started modeling, there were certain things that I noticed, right? And you're also going to notice it too. It's either you're going to be spending more time doing something or more money doing something. It depends on where your priorities lie. And one of the very first things for me was skincare. So prior to modeling, I already had like a skincare routine, like a morning and a night routine. However, in addition to that, because I was, doing more shows and more makeup was getting on my skin and things like that, I had to up my skincare routine. And I started going for beauty treatments like a microdermabrasion, hydrofacial, beauty peels. So these are things that are optional, that can be optional for you depending on the kind of skin that you have. My skin, she's very, very, it's like, you got to take care of me kind of person. Okay, that's how my skin is like. And so in order for me to be able to maintain the look and feel of a beautiful skin, I noticed that doing those things did help. Now, can I continue to do modeling without doing all of those things? Yeah, of course I could, right? But I also enjoy doing them too, so no. So yeah, this could be optional for you. Not everybody, is interested in skincare and things like that, and that's fine. But just know that at some point you're going to have to start caring for your skin because you're going to be putting yourself across various situations where you're going to have different brushes and blenders on your face. You will be working with a lot of makeup artists as well, and so you want to make sure that your skin is prepped and ready to go. Plus, you're going to look better in pictures. Don't you want to look better? Come on. So yeah, skincare is definitely something that I would mention that you do tend to spend more time doing when you get into this field. How much? Completely depends on you. Another thing is eating healthy. So I'm gonna be honest here. Prior to modeling, I wasn't much of a junk eater, but I still had, those moments where you don't care. It's just like, I'm gonna eat whatever I want. Who cares? I had lots of those moments. But when I started modeling, I became a lot more aware of the fact that what I eat today is gonna show up tomorrow. And if I have a photo shoot, like, I cannot come looking completely different from what I have in my portfolio. So it kind of kept me in check, and it still continues to keep me in check as well. So for you might notice that, if you were eating pizza 5 out of 7 nights when you start modeling, if you're still doing that and there's no consequence, like you're good, hey, could have stayed. We all have different body types. For me, that wouldn't work for me. That just wouldn't work for my body. And so what I've had to do is balance it out. Like, I still have my crazy moments where I eat whatever I want and things like that. But I also know that I'm going to match that with some level of workout just so that I'm able to burn that out of my body and just make sure that I'm feeling good as well. So yes, that is definitely something that you're going to start becoming aware of when you are modeling. And also part of this is being aware of the calories that you're eating. So I also noticed that this was something that I became more into it when I started modeling. So I'm not talking about not eating a lot of things because it's too much calories. Well, yes and no. But Usually when I order food now, if I can, I look for how many calories that is, and I just make sure that I'm balancing that out. That's it. It's all about balance. If you're able to balance it out in such a way that whatever you're taking in is being burned in a way that is healthy and keeps you feeling good, then yeah, you're good. So yes, that's another thing that that you might start being aware of depending on where you are in your modeling journey. Another thing that I notice is exercising and working out. So prior to modeling, I actually worked out. I'm gonna be honest here. Prior to modeling, I was working out, but when I started modeling, all the cop-outs that I had for myself to dodge working out, I had to stop doing that, at least to an extent. I had to become more intentional about it because, like I said, I have my portfolio online with my agency, and if I show up a certain way, then that's going to upset the client. So I had to realize that and make that sacrifice, that even on the days that I would take my cop out and not work out, well, I don't have that luxury anymore. So now I have to work out, and what I did for myself was make it more fun, just so it doesn't feel like work. And I started adding fitness classes or dance classes into my routine in such a way that if I don't feel like working out, and I just had those moments where I'm like, I don't want to work out, I may have a dance class that day as well, so I can relax that day. It's just like I'm gonna work out in dance class, right? And that made it more fun. So it's something that you might find yourself doing more when you're in modeling, is you're going to start taking steps to make sure that your body looks the way that you have advertised yourself to be. And you're able to show up to jobs in the capacity that the client has booked you. So yes. Now, if you're already a fitness person and you're somebody that loves working out, then of course this is like, it's gonna be a breeze. So this is not something that you should even remember or even take seriously, because it's something that you already do. But if you're just starting out and you're just like, man, do I have to work out? Yes, you do. You do have to work out. Right. Another cost is transportation. My gas definitely increased. Oh my gosh, that sounds wrong. Oh my gosh, that didn't come out right at all. My gas increased. Oh my gosh. So the gas that I use for my car increased because, of course, I was driving to these locations for jobs. So if you don't have a car and you utilizing like public transport or anything, you're going to notice that you're going to be spending more on transportation, and you may or may not get that reimbursed for you. Some clients do pay for your transportations, some don't, and you need to be prepared for that. Sometimes you may end up taking a train that's like an hour away just so you can go for a job in another city, depending on where you live. So it's definitely something to consider when you're starting out, is how much do you want to budget for your transportation, and how much are you willing to spend for the jobs that you have been booked for, or collaborations as well. Okay, another cost that may come up, again depending on who and what your priorities are, is clothing. If you are doing quite a huge number of TFP collaborations, then you need outfits for these photo shoots. And if you're the kind of person that likes dressing up, then you may not have clothing in your closet that you can utilize for fashion shoots. So this is optional. Okay, it's not something that I would rate on the high priority list in comparison to like transportation and things like that, but it's something that could come up. If you're doing quite a number of collaborations, then you need, or you might need, different outfits for those photo shoots, which can add up depending on how many you're doing in a particular season, or how many themes of those photo shoots that you're doing. So some photo shoots can have like a Greek theme, an African theme, right? If you don't have those outfits and you really want to work with those people, are you gonna buy it? I don't know. It's up to you to decide. But those situations might come up, and it's up to you to decide what you're going to do with that. But yes, it's definitely something to have at the back of your mind, especially when you're building your portfolio. You can always mix and match clothes. I love doing that. I do have some fashion videos where I mix and match some of my clothes. So you could also apply that strategy as well. But again, it depends on the number of these photo shoots that you are doing. Another thing that I wanted to mention here is that when you're in this industry, there's a lot of importance in your appearance, but an underlying cost here is that you have to be someone that enjoys self-care to an extent, because all of the things that I've mentioned, minus the transportation, it can fall under that category. And so if you're not the kind of person that enjoys self-care, maybe start trying it out and see if it's something that is your forte, right? Is this something that you like? Because if there's anything that I learned from my journey in this field so far, is that modeling is less of a career and it's more like a lifestyle. Like I'm able to enjoy it because it aligns with my lifestyle. And so there's no resistance to some of the things that come up while I had been in this field. So it's something to think about, is at some point, the more you do all of this, it's going to become a lifestyle for you. And so you have to be able to plan to see how you can align yourself with that lifestyle. If it's something that you feel like, no, not for me, then again, that's your decision. But at least you're aware of what are some of the things that can come up as you are on this journey. Okay, so those were my tips and my costs. I hope you're able to learn a thing or two from this video. If you have any questions, feel free to subscribe and comment down below. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys in the next video.